All right. Sorry about yesterday. Yesterday I was super tired. Actually, I was mentally drained yesterday. I couldn't deal with life. I couldn't handle anything. I was done. I was done. But today I can actually talk to you guys and I can actually get things out and I can actually read. I'm not drained. I'm ready to go. We got a lot to talk about today between China, Russia, and Iran. Things are getting wild. North Korea's really quiet. North Korea's really, really quiet. Big deal in my head. Like, why are they so quiet? They were just flying missiles over in the freaking sea. What are they doing? So, I did set everything up today to do a YouTube live. So I am prepared to do a YouTube live. I will actually prepare today. So I'm ready. What's going on, everybody? Jake is back. It's in the house. What's up, man? I did see that you asked to be moderator on here, so I got you, man. I got you. Welcome, J fam. Welcome, Off Grids fam, or wherever channel you are from. Welcome to the True News Network. I was about to say Javante the Reporter, but I gotta realize I'm not Javante the Reporter no more. Jeez, I should have just kept the True News Network everywhere. Or I should have just kept Javante the Reporter. You know what? Forget it. Anyway, I got everything set up today. So let me go over to here. We're gonna flip this over. I'm more comfortable holding the phone this way. I'm sorry, guys. I need to get I'm gonna work on getting a camera for my YouTube lives. That's another thing I'm gonna work on. I start my like. Yes. Okay. We're going to go with this one. Let's see. Let's see what's going on right now. New York Post. What's up here? What are we talking about? Ukraine warns of possible attack during G20 as Russia orders hypersonic missiles. I did not even talk about this on my TikTok. Actually, I forgot to. Oops. Okay, let's see. Russia is looking to add more sophisticated weaponry to its stocks and orders several dozen Zircon hypersonic missiles this fall. The state-owned news outlet TASS reported on Friday. The order is reportedly set to be fulfilled by the end of 2023. It comes after Kremlin ordered a batch of Zircons during the summer of 2021. So they already got the ones from 2021. Now the ones for this year that they ordered is going to come in for 2023. But they are going to be deploying the Satan II missiles this year. They're supposed to have been deployed by fall, and it's fall. They said by November they should have 46 Satan II intercontinental ballistic missiles, which is going to be insane. That's about to be wild. Okay, let me go on to the next. I'm going to try not to fall off a topic. This time I know we can easily fall off a topic over here. All right, let's see. This one is about Germany. They have a secret document that fears. Secret German army document reveals Berlin's fear of sudden Russian attack. Let's go down. A secret German army document published by a magazine revealed that Berlin's fear of possible Russian attack on NATO's eastern border. German magazine citing the confidential document that a fundamental change must be made in our military strategy after Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The conflict on the eastern NATO border with Russia is more likely than ever. The Russian attack on Germany could occur without warning, and its consequences could be devastating. She stressed that any Russian attack on the NATO border should be prepared without waiting for the United States support. Now, this did come out today that there was a secret document about an attack on them preparing for an attack on Germany. So that's another thing. They did tell their troops to be ready for action today. They did say that as well. So that's the UK, that's Germany, that's the United States, and well, we got Poland. We already know Biden told the troops in Poland to be ready for war, you know, and then we got the 101st Airborne who said they were ready for war by that night. they're ready to strike, all that mess. So I'm like, wow, these guys really trying to prove that they're ready to fight. Ukrainian forces. Commander says that Russia doesn't like waging war at night, so his troops need to gear to fight in the dark. So Ukraine is getting ready for a fight in the dark. Looks like they're better at it anyway, because they actually got night goggles and all types of stuff. Not to say that Russia doesn't, but they don't got as many as the West. I know the West has provided Ukraine with a lot. Russian forces don't like waging their war against Ukraine at night, says the Ukrainian commander. The commander said on the podcast that Ukrainian troops need to gear to fight in the dark. We should learn how to fight at night more effectively. Or maybe it's efficiently. Efficiently. Damn. Okay, Russian President Vladimir Putin's troops don't like waging a war against Ukraine at night, according to the Ukrainians. So, or what? They're going to ask for more night stuff now? Are they going to ask for more night stuff? Let's get more night gear. We need it for the Russians. We need to be able to counter them. Well, all right, we got you. Just make sure you win the war. And Ukraine wins the war, then everything can go to poop from there. Ukraine has received weapons and resources worth billions of dollars from the United States and other Western nations since Russia invaded the country 8 months ago. But Korenko said that Ukrainian troops could use advanced technology like night vision devices from the West to increase their night fighting capabilities. We should learn how to act at night more efficiently and do it. And for that, we need all the necessary. How did I know? How did I know, man? Oh, heck no, bro. Like night vision devices and other stuff. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. Since the beginning of Ukraine's unprovoked war, we've seen how technologically, drones prevail over the battlefield, and we also have to develop that capability to get help from the West and our partners, said the commander. Wow. Interesting times. Yeah, I did hear about that. They had a malfunction with their Poseidon. Well, according to Western intelligence, I try not to buy into the Western media on some things, but some things I do really heavily pay attention to. Taiwan says Taiwan belongs to the Taiwanese. President says in fury, a pre-election rebuff to China. Taiwan President Sung Ing-wen, or Win. On Saturday, her mission in life was to assure the island continued to belong to its people and that Taiwan's existence was a provocation to no one, in a fury pre-election rebuff to China. So basically saying we are going to stay Taiwanese. This island belongs to Taiwan, but we don't want that to be a problem to anybody. We don't want that to be a big deal to anybody. Taiwan's November 26th local election comes a month after the Chinese President Xi Jinping, who has ramped up the military pressure on democratically governed island to accept Beijing's sovereignty, secure and unprecedented breaking third term leadership term. They don't like that. They don't like that. They don't like that. Xi Jinping's on his third term, and the first thing he's saying is get his military ready for conflict, which I know off the rip, since he said focus all your energy on conflict. I want you guys to focus all your energy on conflict. Then I'm not really listening to these peace talks. I'm not really listening to what's coming out of Xi Jinping and Biden's mouth. Oh, we don't want a war with each other. Then why are y'all preparing for war? Cut the bull crap and tell the American people what is going on. Please. We're tired of the bull crap. We can see through deception. At least most of us can, hopefully. See through the deception. Try to put the act on all day. Greece, the United States and some EU members protect terrorists. This was said by Erdogan. So Greece, the United States, and some EU members protect terrorists, including the Golanist terrorist group, or FIDO members. President Erdogan said it in remarks on Sunday. Who protects them now? Mainly Greece. They run to Greece. They run away to Europe. They always fled there. They live in Germany, France, the Netherlands, Denmark, England, and America. And American is hiding this man, the FIDO leader, Fethullah Gulen. Wow. Wow. Who is hiding? United States President Joe Biden is hiding. They give them a huge mansion in Pennsylvania where this man lives. If you ask me where is the center of terrorists, that's what I'm going to tell you right now. Erdogan told the Turkish press members after his visit. Wow, that's freaking crazy, bro. So he's saying we're hosting terrorists? The United States, the EU, France, Greece, Germany. Did he say Germany too? Yeah, Germany, Netherlands, Denmark, England. Wow. I already told you guys yesterday that Iran threatens to attack all across the Middle East, starting with Saudi Arabia. And actually, I should have a little update on that. I just posted a video on my TikTok about the United States flying B-52 over the regions to give a big clear sign to Iran, because they know they're about to start getting aggressive because of these protests, and they need some big distraction, as they're saying that the West is the ones that is creating these protests. So that's another front to keep your eye on right now. But yes, Iran threatens to attack all across the Middle East, starting with Saudi Arabia. Iran threatens to attack all across the Middle East, starting with Saudi Arabia. Iran has now entered their 8th week. That is in itself a credible feat. Iran has accused foreign powers, including Saudi Arabia, the United States, and Israel, of orchestrating a mass anti-regime protest in the country. Now it is threatening to go all out and attacking the Middle East. Wow. Crazy. Crazy. So we could have another Middle East war to break out of that one. Hopefully we don't, but just letting y'all know what could happen. Hopefully this is good today. The leaders land in Indonesia for the G20 summit. The United States seeks no conflict with China, says Biden. Yeah, that's what you always say, buddy. The United States, Joe Biden said on Sunday that his country will maintain open communication lines and seek no conflict with China ahead of their expected to be tense talks on a range of geopolitical issues on the group. Well, spoiler alert, if you don't want to be spoiled, then you better click out now. Their talks wasn't good. Their talks wasn't good at all. The only thing they did was smile for the camera and pretty much said, hey, long friend, we haven't talked in a long time, and said all that on camera. We don't want conflict. We don't want a new Cold War, blah, blah, blah. Then the cameras go off and they start talking about the real shit. That's when they really start talking. So ignore the propaganda and bullshit. There was no peace talks or anything. They really threatened each other most of the time. China was firm on Taiwan. Biden was firm on his position. That's what really happened. She wouldn't even look at Biden because he don't respect Biden. He's not fake. He don't like that whole smile in your face bull crap. He didn't even really look at Biden the whole time during the handshakes. Dude was pissed. And now we got a whole new bill that we're picking up this week on Wednesday. On Wednesday, we have a bill that we're going to be voting on, and that's the Taiwan Policy Act. And this one, we're going to be funding Taiwan like Ukraine. Actually, that's what it actually says in the bill, too. That we're going to be funding Taiwan just like we are in Ukraine. Giving them weapons from our stockpile, helping fund some of these weapons. And then we already know that China's going to get pissed off about this, start being more aggressive to Taiwan. And that'll be our excuse to build up by Taiwan. North Korea is going to get more aggressive in the peninsula. They're already aggressive, so that's going to be our excuse to build up over there. And then we are ready for World War III at that point. We got all our stuff over there and concentrated over in the Indo-Pacific and Europe. ready to be wiped out by the Russians and Chinese and all their stuff to be wiped out by us. And yeah, this is going to be crazy. This is about to be a crazy freaking war. I'll tell you that much. And then we already know Vladimir Putin's going to do something soon. And Alexander Dugin calls for Putin to be overthrown and even killed after the Kherson defeat. So now I have to talk to you guys about this because we know Vladimir Putin is getting desperate. He's getting called by his own camp to die. Leaders and protesters on the street raging down the road saying strike America, strike Washington, let's strike Washington, we're ready to go to heaven and all this stuff, singing it in the we will type of beat. We will rock you. It looked like they were saying we will nuke you. Like, what the fuck is going on there? It's ridiculous. So Putin is stuck into a corner. He got by the Chinese that just came out today and said they're even embarrassed of the invasion. They're embarrassed of the invasion, really? Wow. Dugin, who was in favor of the president escalating in Ukraine, talked about Putin's failed Ukraine invasion on Telegram. The social media platform later deleted his tirade against Putin. Oh, so they did it. Oh, so he didn't delete it. They deleted it. I thought he deleted it. Oh, shit. I'm kind of glad I went back over that. This whole time I thought he deleted the post because he was scared of what was going to happen. But no, they deleted the thing. Alexander Dugin dubbed Putin's brain an influential figure. Russia called for Vladimir Putin to be toppled. He even hinted that he even be killed after Moscow's humiliating defeat in Kherson. Oh, wow. This is ridiculous, guys. That's all I'm going to say is keep the eyes on the prize. We know what our main fronts are. We know what's really going on around the world. All right, Turkey points to the Kurdish militants for deadly Istanbul bombing. Turkish security forces have arrested a Syrian woman. They confessed to carrying out attacks under instructions from Kobani, but both the Kurdistan Workers Party and the Syrian Kurdish forces deny any involvement. So Turkey is blaming the Kurds, letting me know that a front is about to open up in Syria and Iraq again. It's probably about to be another front. If they're blaming the Kurds, then they're most likely going to be more aggressive on the Kurds. Looks really bad on Finland and Sweden right now because they're trying to get into NATO, and Turkey really wants them to get rid of the Kurds. They want the Kurds out of their countries. They want them gone. They'll want no dealings between their militaries, anything, if they want to be into the alliance. Sweden agreed to this. Finland's kind of quiet, but Turkey even said that Finland might be might get in faster. That Finland might get in faster because they are less supportive of the Kurds than Turkey is. All right, this one coming out on the mail. CIA Director Bill Burns have a face-to-face meeting with the Kremlin's top spy in Turkey to urge Russia not to use nuclear weapons and release Brittany Griner and Paul Whelan in the highest level meeting since Putin's invasion. Burns met Monday with Sergei Sykin, the head of the Russian's SVR spy agency. The pair spoke in Ankara about nuclear weapons and the release of U.S. citizens. The Burns-Sykin meeting is the highest-ranking face-to-face engagement. Kremlin confirmed the meeting took place and said it was planned by the United States. Biden on Monday said he discussed the Ukraine war with the Chinese President Xi. Wow. That is crazy. So, they just to let you guys know, I know a lot of people are saying the diplomats were talking today. This was a diplomatic talk. Well, I don't think the talk down of nuclear war is a diplomatic talk. All they're doing right now is warning what each other is going to do if this happens. If Russia happens to drop a nuke, we're going to wipe out your army. If Russia happens to drop a nuke, we're going to take out your military. We're going to wipe out your navy. We're going to make sure you never have an army again. We might nuke you. Like, they might nuke them back. We have no idea what they have on the table. As much as people want to act like they know it all, we really don't. I don't know what moves they're going to make. All I know is this about to get crazy soon. The UK and the United States sanctioned more than 30 Iranian officials and groups over a crackdown on protesters. The EU and Britain have hit more than 30 senior Iranian officials, organizations with sanctions. The crackdown on protesters have left hundreds of people dead and thousands injured. The United States government, for its part, strongly praised the European actions and declared the eyes of the world is on Iran. The EU sanctions targeted Interior Minister Ahmad Vahidi and the head of Iran's ground forces, Qiyum among those said to be responsible for repression of the demonstration after the death of Masa Amini, the 22-year-old Kurdish woman who died in custody of Iran's morality police. Morality police. Wow. Biden and Xi clash on Taiwan, but find common ground on Ukraine. Told y'all that talk between Taiwan didn't go too well. The talk about Ukraine was cool, but nah, Taiwan, no. Xi and Biden shook hands and smiled before the two countries' flags in Bailey, where the group of 20 opens a summit on Tuesday. Presidents Joe Biden and Xi Jinping clashed Monday over Taiwan, but found areas of common ground during the power's first in-person summit in 3 years, including a joint warning against Russia using nuclear weapons in Ukraine. Xi and Biden both sought to lower temperatures as they met for more than 2 hours on the resort island of Bailey, with the presidents both saying they wanted to prevent high tensions from spilling over into a conflict. Yeah, just because you want that don't mean it's going to happen. That's why I gotta try my best to get that to into people's heads. I know they keep saying they don't want conflict, but do people ever want conflict? Yeah, they do. They do. Yeah. The United States have wanted conflict a couple of times. Russia they just forced the conflict. Ukraine. Yeah, I guess yeah. But my point is, they always say they don't want a conflict, always to stumble into one. They always end up stumbling some way into a conflict. Anyways, I know they're about to go into something because of that package that they just signed. Xi Jinping, or the package that they're supposed to vote for in this week. Xi Jinping holds for a comprehensive dialogue between NATO, the EU, and the United States and Russia. China hopes that NATO and the EU and the United States will engage in a comprehensive dialogue with Moscow. Chinese Xi Jinping said on Monday at a meeting. So they hoping that this ends in a dialogue. Lets me know that China's worried about a global conflict too out of this. And I know that China knows that if they do go into a global conflict, it would be a nuclear war. It would be a nuclear conflict. So let's hope we don't go into a global conflict. Let's hope we do stand back from that. Let's hope we don't go down that road, because if we do, it would be bad. All right, let's go over to the others. After Kherson, this is the one I wanted to talk about next. After Kherson City wins, Ukraine faces difficult months, NATO. Oh, what do y'all know that we don't know? The NATO chief assesses the state of war, saying that Russia retains significant capabilities as well as large number of troops. Okay. After recapturing the Kherson city, Ukraine faces difficult months ahead. NATO Secretary Jens Stoltenberg has said. Stoltenberg on Monday praised the incredible courage of the Ukrainian forces following Russia's withdrawal from the strategic southern region capital and urged to continue international support for Kyiv. Taking over Kherson, so yeah, damn, that's how it was before. That's how it is now. Crazy. Okay, let's go on. The coming months will be difficult. Russian President Putin's aim is to leave Ukraine cold and dark this winter, he told reporters after the meeting with the Dutch foreign and defense ministers. We should not make the mistake of underestimating Russia, Stoltenberg said, stressing that Moscow's forces retain significant capabilities as well as a large number of troops. Russia demonstrated the willingness to bear significant losses. Stoltenberg added, the city of Kherson was the first major urban hub to fall to the Russian forces after Russia's February 24th invasion of Ukraine, and the only region capital Moscow's troops gained control over. Yeah, they tried Kyiv. That didn't turn out too well for them. Stoltenberg said Russian forces had shown extreme brutality. You have seen all the horrific scenes from the liberated territories and the discriminate attacks on civilians and critical infrastructure, Stoltenberg told reporters. It was not clear whether he referred to Kherson specifically. Stoltenberg also said it was up to Ukraine to decide the terms for negotiations to end the war. So it's up to Ukraine of what they want to do. Again, they keep saying put realistic stuff out there. They're urging negotiations, but we already know Ukraine is not going to put a realistic negotiation. They don't want Ukraine. I mean, they don't want Russia to hold their territory. They don't want Russia to feel like they're winning. They don't want to give nothing to Russia. Russia don't want to give nothing to Ukraine. And that's the problem. And that's going to stay the problem now. That's going to stay the problem. Chinese Prime Minister calls Russia's nuclear threats irresponsible. Chinese Prime Minister Li has said that the nuclear threats made by Russian Federation are irresponsible. He made the comments while attending the East Asia Summit along with the United States Joe Biden. According to the unnamed U.S. administration official, the Chinese premier spoke rather extensively about China's policy towards Ukraine. According to the official, Li put clear emphasis on sovereignty and the irresponsibility of nuclear threats, the need to assure nuclear weapons are not used the way that some have suggested. The official also quoted as saying that there is certainly some discomfort in Beijing about our strategic partner Russia's reckless rhetoric and activity, despite the formal partnership with Moscow. I think it is undeniable that China is both surprised and even a little bit embarrassed by the conduct of Russian military operations, the official said. The United States President Joe Biden set to hold a meeting with Chinese leader Xi Jinping at the G20 summit November 4th. This will be the first face-to-face meeting of the two leaders. The United States said in the event of the use of nuclear weapons by the Russian Federation against Ukraine, and the response of Washington and its allies will be decisive. At the same time, President Joe Biden has said that he does not believe that Putin will use tactical nuclear weapons. The problem with that is y'all stop saying that now. They said they're not saying that they don't see nuclear posture no more, the change of nuclear posture. They're not saying any of that no more. Right now, they're just warning Russia of what they will do if Russia decides to use a nuke, which let me know in my mind they most likely see the signs right now of Russia getting ready to use a tactical nuclear weapon or EMP weapon or some weapon of destruction. They're changing their assessment. Don't forget they already said that we should have nukes deployed to Europe by December. So I'm already expecting something to break off just because of some of these moves that they're making. I have no idea what the heck this is. Okay, let's move on. Hold on. Let me try to... Nope. No, this is just an extra tab. I really don't know what this is. Yeah, I have no idea. This must have popped off as an ad. Okay, continue on. Erdogan faces fury as Russia plans to install radar and missile systems near NATO base in Turkey. Really? So, let me just read. Russia plans to install radar and missile systems in a Turkish town located some 280 miles from critical NATO radar base. From a critical NATO radar base. Russia's plan to build a 4,500 MW capacity nuclear power plant in Turkey has led to an outcry of security concerns. The agreement was originally signed by the intergovernmental deal between Russia and Turkey in May 2010. So that's another thing. Can we trust Turkey? Man, that's so up in the air. That is so up in the air, man. I don't know. All right. Give me a sec. I will try to come back on here in a second. I wanted to do this recap, and now I'll come back and start asking questions, and we can hold a discussion. Remember our golden rule: love, unity, and peaceful life. I'll be right back on here. Um, I'm saving this live. So if y'all want to rewatch it, I'm gonna save this. But anyways, y'all have a great day and peace.